if you're someone who wants to make things happen, cool, you've landed on the right video. And if you're someone who wants to stay stuck and thinks this is dumb or thinks it's not cool and it's like, no,
who would make a vision board that, I don't know, that's so corny?
I don't really care. Good luck, have fun, because we're gonna be out here on the yachts. Bye.
Hey, I'm Donna. I'm a nurse and I'm an artist in New York City, and I've been making vision boards for years. I've also been helping my friends make them, and I've also expanded and had one-on-one clients who I helped in the creative arts, in finance, people who own small businesses, and people who were kind of just going through tough times in their lives who needed to kind of get themselves out of it and have more tools to think positively and set some intentions for their life. They've worked for me, and I'm very, very passionate about them, so I wanted to kind of clear up some of the misconceptions. That's why I started this series. There's a few videos in this series. You should head to my page and look at the playlist for vision boarding, as well as a masterclass on my website where I really go into a big brainstorm on vision boards.
Have you ever met somebody who's like really good at getting what they want? They kind of just say it out loud, they believe it, they emulate it, they embody it, and they'll tell you, I'm gonna go to that school and I'm gonna graduate and I'm gonna go become this and I'm gonna go get that job, or I'm gonna get married in the next 5 years. And then it turns out like 4 years later, you're getting invited to their wedding and it's like, wow, okay, they made it happen. And then there's people who kind of get stuck and don't make any progress. Well, it turns out a lot of the people who are getting what they want and really going after these things are, one, thinking about their goals, and two, figuring out how to make it happen. And they're using things like visualization techniques. They're using things like journaling, vision boarding. They're using coaches. They're meditating. They're even daydreaming. They're closing their eyes and they're seeing themselves in that situation or in that area of life or accomplishing that goal. And for a while, I had a lot of friends who were doing big things and they were accomplishing tons of stuff. And when I would ask them, well, how did you make this happen? They would tell me, I just believe I deserve it. I think about it every night. I write it down 10 times a day. I have a vision board on my wall and every day I look at it. And that's how I kind of got into vision boarding and really kind of got a little bit more interested in it when I started seeing personally that the people around me who were wildly successful weren't just getting it by luck.
Let's take a little trip down memory lane. So from the vision board course, I share all of my vision boards, and I've done digital vision boards. I've done paper poster vision boards, you know, the glue stick, the scissors, like a little science project. And I've also done a vision box. If you don't know what that is, I'm going to share that. That was probably one of the more creative things that I've done. But let's get into it. Let's break that down. And again, this is a clip from my vision board masterclass, the vision board brainstorm. So yeah, you can kind of get a little insight into what's in that. Shall we hit it? Let's hit it.
My vision board from 2020 was this one, which is the one that most of us know and love. A bunch of cutouts from magazines, highlighters, stickers, oak tag, a nice collage of the things that you're trying to bring in or call in or visioning for your life. The year after that, I did a vision box. And the reason why I did that was because I wanted a place to put mementos. I wanted a place to kind of go to every month and add stuff to, because I do sit down and do intention setting and manifesting and kind of figuring things out and making these kind of smaller goals and larger goals. And I do that every month. And that's a practice that I have for myself. I decided to do a box, and a lot of people used a shoe box. Some people reused a box. Some people used this small box. And we did this during the pandemic. And yeah, I used a lot of stickers on it. Then last year I decided to use Canva and make the poster board because I wanted to just try something different. I wanted something digital. I wanted something easier to hang up that wasn't going to fall down, that I could kind of tape up because this was a little difficult. Also, this kind of got a lot of sun damage from it. The 2020 actually disappeared, which is hilarious. I decided to do a digital one, and you can do one on your phone. You can do a Pinterest board. You can keep it all digital if you want, so it stays on your iPad. You can leave it as the screensaver for your phone. You can print it out at home if you want. You can get it printed at a professional place. You can also make multiple ones. I have a friend who makes one on her birthday. She makes one on New Year's, and then she makes one anytime that she's sitting and trying a project. So that's why I'm giving this video to you to have. You have the download, you have the journal that you can reuse and reprint. So yeah, if you want to do this every 4 months, go for it. If you want to do it every 6, if you want to do it twice a year, depending on how spaced out your birthday is from the new year, or if you just want to say, hey, I'm doing this in January, and then I'm going to do this in, maybe June. That's entirely up to you. I'd like to not hold myself back in regards to what I'm thinking about or what I'm trying to call in or what I'm trying to manifest. So I really do think about like my dream life and what I want right now in this moment. And again, that can change. change. You can see my boards have changed so much from 2020 just to 2022 in like 2 years. Think about it. Don't put any boundaries on yourself. Don't put any restrictions. Really go big and think about this dream life that you want for yourself. And then if you want, you can kind of do what I do, and I sit with it every month and I kind of look at more, smaller goals, more attainable, some long-term, and try to look for some balance, and kind of stuff that's a little bit more maybe in my reach or a little bit more in my peripheral, so to speak. When I do these big boards, I go big. I don't hold myself back. I really dream. I really think. I ponder. I meditate. And I just think that anything's possible. So that's how I do it. Again, you can do it however you want, but this is a guide. So let's get to it. Let's do your boards.
Okay, now that you've seen my vision boards and you've gotten some ideas, let's get into all of these questions so you can kind of figure out what you should be asking yourself and digging a little bit deeper to kind of do that subconscious emotional vision board connection that we've been talking about. Let's get to these goals, shall we? First up, career. And these are the questions. For career and personal development, how do you want to advance in your current career? Do you even like your current career, or do you want to switch? How are you going to obtain a specific job or position? What do you want to achieve in regards to income or financial success because of your career? And how are you going to enhance your skills or your education? Moving on, health and wellness. How are you going to achieve a healthy lifestyle? That includes weight, fitness, strength. Are you going to bring in regular exercise? Do you want to change your diet? Do you want to adopt a different nutrition plan? What does mental health and stress management look like to you? And how are you going to approach these things and bring this stuff in so that you feel good? What are your wellness and self-care routines going to look like moving forward? Relationships. How are you going to strengthen your current relationships? We're not just talking about dating or marriage. We're talking about family, friends, and the romantic partner. We're even talking about people you work with. How are you going to find a life partner or improve the current relationship that you're already in? How are you going to build new social connections? Do you even want to build new social connections? How are you going to enhance communication and also work on conflict resolution within the people that you have relationships with, within those relationship circles? Next up, personal growth and development. How are you going to increase your self-confidence and your self-esteem? Do you want to learn a new skill or a hobby? What does personal development and self-improvement look like to you? What do those goals look like to you? How are you going to build resilience? How are you going to gain more emotional intelligence? Do you want to travel? Do you want to explore your own backyard, your own neighborhood? These are questions to ask. Finances and wealth. Are you saving for a specific thing? If so, what's the financial goal? A house, vacation, going back to school? How are you going to reduce your debt or achieve some financial stability? Do you want to learn more about finances and investing? Do you want to hire someone to do that for you? Are you even thinking about investment and retiring? Are you investing in your 401k at work? Do you need a Roth IRA? Probably. Do you want to open a business? Do you want to start a side hustle? What are your business related goals? Education and learning. Do you want to complete a degree or certificate or advance yourself in regards to your education? Do you just want to take a workshop? Maybe you want to learn how to make pasta. Do you want to get new and more knowledge? Do you want to acquire new skills? Do you want to learn a new language? Where are you right now with your professional development and your continuing education, or maybe a career that you already have? Do you need to do anything for that? Hobbies and creativity. Are you pursuing any artistic or creative hobbies? Do you want to develop a new talent? Do you want to maybe start painting, writing, I don't know, playing music? What are some hobbies and interests you want to explore? Do you want to create a side project? Look at me. I started the Donna's Project and then it kind of turned into a business and now it turned into whatever the hell this is. Travel and adventure. Where do you want to go this year? Do you want to explore new destinations? Do you want to visit a specific place on your bucket list? And then kind of link these things back into the other areas. And so if you want to go someplace, how are you going to pay for that? What are you going to do? What does that look like? They all kind of like overlap. This involves your community, this involves your connections, this involves things like volunteering and community service. How are you going to make a positive impact on the world? Do you want to get into advocacy and social justice issues? Do you want to contribute to charitable organizations with your money, with your finances, or with your time? And then finally, spirituality and mindfulness. Do you want to deepen your spiritual practice? Do you want to start meditating? Do you want to start journaling? You want to start vision boarding? Clearly you're here. Do you want to explore more mindfulness, more gratitude practices? And what are going to be your intentions and the goals for growth in this area? This stuff works if you allow it to. So just do it already. Quit making excuses, quit holding yourself back, and quit not believing you deserve this stuff. Like you totally do. All right, I think you got enough information. Now is probably a good time to like this video if you haven't done that already, and subscribe to my channel. And if you haven't watched the other videos in the playlist, you should probably do that. But I want to see your vision boards. So please share them with me. Please email them to me, tag me online, put the links below in the comments. I really want to see what you're creating. I really want to see what you're trying to call in, and let me know how this has helped or what you've learned from it or what you've gotten from the series. That's it. Follow, like, subscribe, and I will see you on the other side. Bye, guys.